This is for assignment 5.2b, the AI tool evaluation. And the tool I chose is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a generative AI tool that was developed by OpenAI. Its main functions are to learn um, context and meaning by going through huge amounts of data on the internet. So, ChatGPT mostly can create text, but you can also do images, and there are some aspects of it that can create music. So, specifically, ChatGPT is a large language model. And here you can see I even asked it, what is a large language model? And this is the answer it gave me. So, a large language model processes text and generates responses based on patterns that it learns from the data that it goes through. So, basically, you type your question into a text box and then you get pretty instant response. So, this screenshot, the question I typed in was, what is a large language model? So, ChatGPT is built by something called a deep learning neural network called a transformer. And GPT actually stands for generative pre trained transformer. So, this is kind of the framework that goes through and makes the text where it even sounds like it's a person texting you back in a message. So the transformer processes words with a model that goes through passages of text on the internet, and it's trained from books, articles, anything to learn the patterns, the facts, the reasoning. And then it uses something called reinforcement learning from human feedback. So this is where humans will read and rate the responses that the AI generates. And this is so kind of like a quality control to make sure that the answers are right. So the Chat GPT also uses natural language processing to help understand and generate text that does feel natural and human-like. Large AI models like ChatGPT do have high performance computers, supercomputers, but for your individual use, really, you don't need that. You just can use any computer, PC, Mac, your phone, iPad, and there's no real technical skills required, just typing. You can even voice to text in the chat if your computer can do that. So the educational applications for ChatGPT, um, there's a lot. I picked a few here. Um, ChatGPT can help with administrative tasks. Um, so I actually put some prompts in here that were generated by AI for Education Prompt Library. So where it says to create a weekly newsletter. So you basically tell it exactly what you want, who your audience is, the tone. Um, if you wanted to get like a form letter for your newsletter that you're going to send home every week. One cool prompt was this creating an assignment rubric. Um, so this rubric, you basically, what I typed in was to create a set of clear and detailed student facing directions and a rubric for a fifth grade science class studying engineering. The students are doing a STEM experiment, cardboard boat racing, and they are to construct a boat for one person and race it across a pool. Format the rubric as a chart and include a 5-point scale. So that is one of the prompts from AI for Education Prompt Library. So you could do lots of things. You could build a syllabus. It can help with generating new ideas. You can differentiate instruction, create individual materials that serve the needs of unique learners, but really it just helps lighten the load of the teacher. So ChatGPT can create leveled texts. It can modify lessons. It can design tiered assignments. However, our school district does not currently allow AI for these tasks, but I could see how it would become beneficial in the future in the SPED world. So ChatGPT does not claim to assist with any educational outcomes right now. So the benefits of that I notice with how ChatGPT is it can save teachers time. So it can take, like I said, take some of that cognitive load off of them so that they can focus on the other things. So AI can do a lot of those tedious tasks like creating emails and doing newsletters, and it really frees up your time to use your energy for larger things, and as well as those personal aspects of a teacher's job like mentoring, encouraging, and empowering, those sorts of things. ChatGPT also can be a good starting point to generate ideas. ChatGPT also can provide access to more information that's just easy to read. I feel like it learns what you like, and sometimes it gives you two responses that you can choose from. So some of the drawbacks are that people are concerned that plagiarism can occur with AI if used by students because there's no real AI plagiarism detector. ChatGPT can also create certain outputs called hallucinations, and I actually put one here. I actually asked it to create an image of illustrating Bloom's taxonomy using cute puppies, but you can see there's several spelling mistakes. They didn't even include all of the levels. So it's looking and finding things that aren't real or don't make sense. So this can happen. Also, this is just a new technology, and there's just not a lot of guidance right now. Our school system actually recently released a new policy with specific guidance for the use of AI for staff and students. And for now, AI is really only allowed for staff and high school students, no younger age groups at this time. So some ethical implications of ChatGPT include there's biases in the information. It can perpetuate stereotypes that were in the data that's online. The data sources are also so vast and numerous and basically includes the entire internet. So some content may not even meet the standards of quality or even make any sense. Misinformation is always a risk on the internet, and fake content can be generated as well. One thing I think is that users really need more guidance here. Teachers and students should really have a framework for evaluating the information generated by AI. And our school system gave us a specific framework to use with that. So ChatGPT does claim that the model is designed with some content moderation filters that are supposed to eliminate that harmful, biased, or misleading outputs. And those filters take out violent language, hate speech, any misinformation, offensive materials, things like that. So if someone's request were to trigger this filter, AI can refuse to respond. And this is all from ChatGPT. So when the responses are flagged, those responses do go to a human team to analyze and refine the system. And that's just one of the things that they do for safety and to try to stay aligned with ethical principles. Let's see. So cost. The free version, you get a certain number of prompts per day, all listed here. The ChatGPT 40 gets 10 prompts per day. The 3.5 version, you get 20 messages every 3 hours. That's also free. And then there's some other additional programs that you can pay for if you needed more access. There's no support or training provided by OpenAI for the use of ChatGPT at this point, but I was able to find many outside resources that offer guidance. I love the AI prompt library for educators, and our school system released a policy too that gave that guidance on use of AI by teachers and students and offered a good amount of education. So I would say that teachers need to check with their district on their rules about use of AI. All right, so my conclusion, I do think ChatGPT is a great tool for teachers as long as you're using it ethically and responsibly. Um, Teachers need to be savvy about what ChatGPT gives them. So the most important takeaway I had was to always look at the information it gives you critically. It can give you good information, but it's always up to you to decide how it's used and whether it even should be used. And it's really only as good as the question and prompts it's given. So a human brain really can't be replaced. So you just got to use your own judgment when you're using AI. And that's it.